hip internal rotation is probably not something that you're going to see in a lot of females, but you're going to see it in a lot of males. So for hip internal rotation, we're going to start in just a seated position. Make sure that they're up on their hamstrings, not just slouching back on their butt. And we're going to put the hand on the side of the knee, and we're going to watch right here because that hip is going to come off. So we're going to get to about right there. Okay, that's like 5 to 10 degrees. We want about 45, but do you see how that slight movement, if I really crank on this, see how his hip starts to come up? That's what we're looking for. So when that starts to give a little bit of tension here and that starts to move up, we know that we have a drastically, like that's a 1, for instance. That's a 1. If we could get up to 45 degrees or above, that would be a 5. Usually we would test both sides, but to make sure that this isn't like a physical thing, we're going to go ahead and lay on the back and scoot up just quite a bit. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pick up his knee, pick up his foot, and I am going to go underneath so I have control of his leg. All right, and then I'm going to take him up, and it's kind of like the top of a squat position, and flex that hip, and I'm going to internally rotate that femur inside that hip. Okay, so right now, already giving me a little bit. So here he's getting a little bit more. That could be because we just stretched it a little bit because we were looking at it. But you feel some tension. You feel that, you see that hip move. You see that lower back start to move around. So now we're going to test the final test. And these are in succession. If that first one you hit, you get a 5, you wouldn't move to this. But what you just saw, that was another 1 on the internal rotation scale. So go ahead and flip over. And hold their low back, okay? Hold their low back in position by holding on their pelvis with their low back. Now, he's going to flex that knee. You're going to hold on to his foot, and you're going to keep his left hip down, his opposite side hip down from the foot that's going. All right, so we've got some tension, but it's still moving. That means that it's muscle. And so we're getting out there to about 45 degrees. He's got quite a bit of tension between my left hand and my right hand here, meaning that there's quite a bit of stiffness in there, but we know that it's not a structural thing. Like it's probably not and like an FAI, like a femoral acetabular impingement, where there's bony overgrowth on the acetabulum or on the femoral head. How you doing down there? All right. So that's how we're going to test if it's something with the skeleton versus something with the muscle.